Council Bluffs man learned his sentence for child sex crimes. Dean Jocelyn will spend 9 years in federal prison after he pleaded guilty to receiving child porn. Last May, Jocelyn met a 13-year-old in Council Bluffs to exchange phone numbers. Jocelyn then received sexually explicit videos and pictures from the minor. Jocelyn must also serve 6 years of supervised release after he leaves prison.